Oh man, I'm back. I'm back. What's up, everybody? This is just just a lunchtime chat. You guys ever just start YouTube and look at the wrong thing? I'm trying to focus on the camera, but for some reason, my attention span goes that way. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Nothing special about this video, just a bit of a lunchtime chat, just to hang out with you guys, have you guys hang out with me. If you got any design questions or thoughts or anything, leave it in the comments. So far I've been traveling these YouTube streets, and the biggest things that I'm seeing right now is a lot of people are talking about Affinity. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but Affinity, free software, partnered with Canva. They're possibly overtaking Adobe, or so they say. I like to consider myself an Adobe power user. I don't know what that means. I just like how it sounds. But yeah, Affinity and Adobe Max. Adobe Max. If you checked out one of my shorts or my latest short, or go back and look at it, I talked about how, just quickly and briefly, the new AI tools they implemented into Photoshop and Premiere. I haven't personally gotten the opportunity to check them out. They are the beta programs. From what I've seen, I did not sit down and watch the full 3 hours of it. I don't know if a lot of you guys do it, but I tend to do it. I jumped from clip to clip to what it is that I wanted to see and what I found as beneficial, and for the most part, a lot of it. I really got to dig deep into this Photoshop, the Photoshop AI tools. For those of you who do compositing, I've heard a lot of people say that they've already had the what's called harmonize. I thought that was just super dope. For somebody like me who I'm not really into Photoshop compositing, but it's a lot of things that I want to be a part of when it comes to that, especially like that seems like it's really good for, I see people who create flyers, stuff like that, and putting those things together could be, compositing images, it seems like it could be a lot, but with harmonize, that seems like that makes it a breeze. It basically, if you haven't seen some of the other content creators and Photoshop users videos, basically harmonize puts things together, and it for lack of better terms, harmonizes it. Check out, it's a plethora of content creators talking about it the same way that they are talking about Xfinity. Why do I keep saying Xfinity? Affinity Designer. Now, from what I've seen and what I've heard, they said that this has been combined with Canva, and I've watched one video where a designer / content creator said this, you can tell this was specifically created for and by designers, because what it's done, and they've combined Illustrator, InDesign, and Photoshop into one application. So there's no going from app to app. You know, if you use the creative suites, you got everything separated. Now, granted, it all comes together. You can transfer it with different, as long as you got the application is open and whatever project you're working on. If you're working on a logo design and you're in InDesign and you click and drag it over, you don't have to save or anything like that. And any changes that you make in Illustrator automatically update into Adobe InDesign, and vice versa, whatever. But a lot of people seem to be creating separate channels, creating a lot of tutorials, creating a lot of videos, and you hear about a lot of people saying that they are making the switch. They've added it to Canva, and they're saying that it's better for when you're working with clients. You can just, like, clients have access to it immediately. It's easier. A lot of people use Canva. I'm going to be honest. I'll probably look back on this video maybe a year from now and say, you know what? I can't believe I said that. But right now, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'll try it out, but I'll still continue to stay with Adobe for right now. The subscriptions, hey, I make enough to pay for it, and I'm just going to use it. Like I think I'm sure it's beneficial for those of you, or those of us who use the creative suites. Some things, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing online, some things are the same. Even some of the shortcuts that they're using are the same as, like, Photoshop shortcuts, Illustrator shortcuts. And then if you're using those and you switch over to Affinity, if it's something that you used in Illustrator or Photoshop that doesn't have the same shortcut, create it. Go in there and create your shortcut, make it easier for yourself. Again, I don't know, like, I'm still learning things daily when it comes to the Adobe creative suites. So I really don't think I want to take on the challenge right now of switching over to Affinity. I mean, people say, oh, well, Canva this, Canva's great, but then Adobe, you got Adobe Express. So I use Adobe Express the same way people use Canva. I think it's more of a preference in what you're comfortable with, to be honest. It's kind of like the cell phone war, where A versus S, you know what I'm talking about. I'm an Apple user. That's plain and simple. But for the most part, like I said, this was just a quick chat, just to jump in. Leave it in the comments. Are you switching from creative suites to Affinity? Are you switching just to see how it works, how it benefits you? Are you saving? Are you trying to save money? That's a big thing. Are you trying to save money? Leave it in the comments. Let me know if you're working with it and you've been using it for a while and you got some valid points. Again, leave it in the comment. Make sure you follow me. Lock in. We're going to keep this thing moving. We're going to keep going. And again, this was just a little lunchtime check-in for me. Check me out in my next video, or I'll check you out in yours. Make sure, again, hit that follow button, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out.